Alright, let's get real. Ever notice how some people just love pushing your limits? They interrupt, drop passive-aggressive remarks, or act like your time and feelings don't matter, and we're just supposed to grin and take it. Not today. If you're done tolerating people who don't respect you, this video is for you. Today, I'm breaking down brutally honest, maybe even a little controversial, ways to handle disrespect without losing your cool or sacrificing your self-respect. So buckle up. By the end of this, you'll have every tool you need to show people exactly where the line is drawn. Let's dive in. Number 1. The power of the silent stare. Let's start with one of my all-time favorite, slightly savage techniques. The silent stare. You might be thinking, really? Just staring? Yes. Trust me on this. When someone's openly rude or disrespectful, nothing throws them off more than a long, calm, completely unbothered stare. Here's why it works. People who disrespect others are usually fishing for a reaction. They want you to stammer, get flustered, or snap back. They're trying to drag you into their drama, to make you question yourself or feel small. But when you just look at them, no words, no expression, suddenly the power dynamic flips. Now I get it. This might sound passive-aggressive, but hear me out. There's something deeply unsettling about not getting the reaction they expected. When you hold a steady, silent stare, you're saying, without a word, I'm not playing this game with you. It's a way of reclaiming control without lifting a finger. And sometimes, that silent stare is the clearest, most powerful no you'll ever say. Quick story. I was once in a group meeting where this guy kept talking over me, cutting me off like he was on a mission. You know the type, loud, overconfident, acting like everyone was there to hear his wisdom. I tried interjecting. I tried being polite. Nothing worked. So finally, I just looked at him, leaned back in my chair, crossed my arms, and held his gaze. No blinking, no expression, just 5 solid seconds of silence. You could feel the tension build. And the best part? Everyone else at the table started looking at him too, waiting to see how he'd react. Guess what happened? He got uncomfortable, stumbled over his words. Suddenly, he couldn't even look me in the eye. And for the rest of the meeting, not a single interruption. That silent stare did more than any argument could have. And afterward, he actually started treating me with more respect, like he'd finally realized I wasn't someone he could bulldoze. Sometimes you have to show people who you are, without saying a word. Why this works on a deeper level? This isn't just a power move. When you embrace the silent stare, you're reminding yourself just as much as them. You don't owe anyone an emotional reaction. You don't have to prove yourself to people who don't see your worth. You refuse to be pulled into their negativity. Too often, when someone disrespects us, we feel the need to defend ourselves, to explain, to argue, or worse, to just let it slide because we don't want to make a scene. But the silent stare? It's not about aggression. It's about being unshaken. You're showing them and yourself that you're grounded, unbothered, and in full control of your emotions. Holding up a mirror. People who disrespect others often do it without thinking. They've never been called out, never faced real consequences. But when you give them that silent, deadpan look, it's like holding up a mirror. Suddenly, they're forced to sit with their own behavior. You're not telling them they're wrong. You're showing them. And most people don't like what they see. A confidence booster. I've noticed something powerful about this tactic. It doesn't just make them back off. It strengthens your self-worth. When you stand there, silent and still, you're reminding yourself, their words don't define me. I used to nervously laugh off rude comments or over-explain my choices. But that just drained me. Learning to just look at someone, to let the silence speak for me, was a game changer. It felt like a quiet act of defiance, a declaration of self-respect. So next time someone's rude, pushy, or just plain disrespectful, try the silent stare. Look them in the eye. Let them feel the weight of your calm. You'll be surprised how uncomfortable it makes them, and how empowered it makes you. Because that silent stare says, I respect myself too much to play your game. And that's a message worth sending.